sometimes it doesn't work. You know, Clint Eastwood said something that has always stuck with me, which is you always aim for the bullseye, but you don't always hit it. And that's okay.
I don't think confidence is something that you are born with. I think it's self-taught. It's a skill set.
My deepest fear used to be that I wouldn't fulfill my purpose. It's not just about achieving, it's just that I wouldn't fulfill what I'm here to do.
If I allow myself to be hurt, or if I allow myself to be affected, that's all I'm going to be. And I wasn't like that from the beginning. I sort of learned. So confidence is something I taught myself over the years. I started becoming okay with who I am. I became the best version of me. And then I sort of said, I'm okay, I'm all right. Even if someone else thinks this, I'm okay. And everyone can do that. People just don't realize it.
It's about respect. It's about respecting the person that is doing something that you want to achieve. That's beautiful. And that's what makes the world better. Because if we all stayed in that comfort zone and said, oh, let's not compete with each other to be better at whatever it is, then no one would ever grow and no one would find vaccines that help save lives or go to missions to Mars or whatever it may be. And that to me is the most inspiring about human beings, are the people who are constantly breaking through the status quo.
I feel like destiny and hard work go hand in hand. There are some things that are inexplicable that happen.
I think that anyone living that feels like they've lost hope, or they don't belong, or they don't know what they're here for, or they're marginalized, or they're oppressed, or they're told they'll never amount to anything, I want to tell stories that empower them to say, yes, this is why I was born, this is my meaning, this is my purpose, and you will not stop me.
In retrospect, I was put into places and things happened in my life that made me ready for things in the future.
Just show up and put the work in. And then the next thing you know, you're breaking through barriers that you never thought possible.
It made me understand that confidence truly is the key to getting ahead in life. If you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. Because perception is reality.
Hi, you must be Amelia?
Stacey. Felicity. Florence. Reading for the leading lady part. I'm Gemma.
And what did you think of it, the part?
Well, I loved it. It's just a great part. I think she's great.
How do you see her?
She was feisty.
She's the one calling the shots.
I think she's pretty...
Thank God.
Clever. She's pretty clever. That's not what you're going for.
Well...
No.
I mean, yeah, really.
No.
Clever's not really something we...
Want or care about at all, actually. You do realise this is the leading lady part.
It's what I'd always wanted. The child...
Oh, no. That was fine. I mean, fine. But could you just be a bit, feminine, vulnerable, delicate, and thin?
Just asking you to be thin and curvy, sexy and innocent.
So which?
Both.
It's... Okay, stop there. Yeah, could you just be a bit more white? Hi, I'm Lena. It's really nice to meet you.
No.
Sorry?
We're after leading ladies, not leading ladies' mum.
Next! Next! Hello.
Hi. I'm Tom, and I'm here to read for the leading lady.
I'm just going to stop you there. You've got the part.
So I feel like the more conversations that happen, the more people see examples like me playing the villain in Baywatch or Wonder Woman or so many female stronger characters that are coming out right now, the more people will understand that that's also entertainment. It has nothing to do with gender. And I guess when it comes to diversity, it's the same thing. The best person for the job should get the job. And the parts should have nothing to do with ethnicity in the first place. Ethnically ambiguous, I think, is the way to go when it comes to diversity. Look at Baywatch as a TV show in the 80s and look at Baywatch the movie. And it wasn't thought of. It wasn't like people were like, all right, let's get someone of this ethnicity and then someone of that and mix it up. It was just the best people for the job that came together, and it looks like what the world looks like today. And that's the kind of representation we need on television. I mean, I would love in my lifetime to see a female Bond. I don't know if that'll happen, but it'll be really cool to see, you know, such iconic characters become genderless. It'll be fun to be able to see that, and I do hope it happens. It should be norm. You know, that should be the norm. It's unfortunate if we need female producers to get us there. If we need females to champion females. I think feminism needs men. And feminism needs men who have the courage to stand by the women in their lives and the women in society. And not too many men have that. But it's amazing when you see men who actually do that, who walk the talk. Yes, we definitely need to see more women come out, produce and direct. It's very difficult. It's not easy to be, I mean, I'm talking about it. A lot of the girls who work in the entertainment business probably don't speak about it as much because they don't want to sound like, you know, it's not the sympathy that you want, that, oh my God, as a girl, you don't get the jobs. It's hard, we're willing to work for it and we'll demand it. But it's important to say, even as a female actor, like if you just think about business, all right? Think about how much money, box office-wise, films that are led by boys do compared to films that are led by females. It's just, that just shows you where society is. And that's why, because it's consumption. Where there is a demand, there will be a supply. That means that many more people go out and watch that. It's a mindset that needs to change, and it's a global thing.
I think for a long time, people used the word competitive as a negative, especially when it was towards a female. If men were competitive, it was deemed a good attribute and characteristic, and for women, it was kind of a negative. And I was told my whole life, well, you're really competitive, and I took it poorly because clearly it was, I think, meant as that. Until I started realizing what a great thing. It means that I'm always trying to improve myself. The beautiful thing that happens when you persevere and change the mindset and just go and don't put anything on it, just get there and be present and work really hard. Don't say you can't, don't say this is gonna happen, don't quantify it and say, well, if I show up, this better happen. Like, don't do any of that. Just show up and put the work in. And then the next thing you know, you're breaking through barriers that you never thought possible. And you're in awe of the, not of yourself, but at the fact that anyone can really do this if you set your mind to it. The runner who finally broke the 4-minute mile, and I remember thinking that after he was able to do that, how many people did it just shortly after? It's because they saw someone do something that was deemed no longer impossible, and they said, I can do it. And so that is super important, to be competitive with other people, because they're the ones that push us out of our comfort zone that we didn't even know we were living in. Anyone can do it. It's not a secret. It just takes a lot of work, and you have to get out of your own way, because your body will, your mind will constantly tell you you can't, because it hurts. It hurts to grow, even mentally, not just physically. It's just painful. You're breaking out of old ideas and thought patterns and things that are comfortable. The drama in your life becomes your comfort zone. And when you break out of it, whether it's physically or mentally, it's the unknown. And the unknown is scary. Yet you just have to say, okay, I'm gonna sit here, push into the sharp edges, and I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not dying. The floor is still under me. Wow, my shoulder was hurting, but it's still there, and it's okay with a little ice or whatever it is. If you talk through all the what ifs that you put on yourself, what if this? Oh, what if that? If you sit through them all and you actually go through them, you realize 99% of the time they're not gonna happen, you know, and you're gonna come out the other side the person that you stepped into wanting to become.